Good morning, everyone. I am Chakshu Babbar from Chandigarh Group of Colleges. I am intern at Intellify and I am helping you with Physics Class 7, Motion and Time. Today, our topic is time. See, how we measure time. Time we can measure with the help of clock, and a clock you make use of periodic motions for measurement of time. Periodic motions are those which repeat after a fixed interval of time. For example, weather come after a fixed interval of time. Day and night comes after fixed interval of time. Rotation and revolution of Earth have fixed time. So these are periodic motions. There are many type of clock such as digital clock, table clock and wall clock. And it is also shown in the picture. This is a wall clock, this is a table clock and this is a digital clock. We calculate time by formula. Time is equal to distance divided by speed. We have just rearranged formula. Speed is equal to distance over time. Smallest unit of time is second. It can be calculated with help of a watch. But if we have to calculate more smaller units of time, we use stopwatch and some special type of clocks which can measure much smaller interval of time. Here are some different type of ancient clock. These were used in ancient times. This is sundial at Jantar Mantar, located in Delhi. It was built by founder of Jaipur in Rajasthan and it was completed in 1734. It is the world's largest sundial and UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is a sand clock. It is also based on periodic motion. We fill sand in upper block and through this nozzle it comes down. It is periodic. For example, if we put 10 gram of sand and it comes in 1 minute, then 20 gram of sand will come in 2 minutes. This is a water clock. These are some very ancient clocks. Introduction to pendulum. We have studied about periodic motions. Periodic motions are those which repeat after fixed interval of time. A pendulum is a well-known example of periodic motion. A pendulum consists of small metallic ball or metal ball suspended from a rigid stand. It means that it has a rigid stand from which there is a thread and to a thread a metallic ball is tied. The metallic ball is called bob of the pendulum. This is called bob of the pendulum. The to and fro motion of pendulum is example of periodic motion and is called oscillatory motion. So what is to and fro motion? See, if we have bob at point O, it goes to A, then come back to O, then goes to B, then come back to O. This is called to and fro motion. It has motion like this. You see the pointer like this. It goes from O to A, then back to O, then to B, then back to O. The pendulum completes one oscillation when it bob started from mean position O, goes to A, then to B and come back to O. One oscillation is when this bob goes to A, come back to O, and then goes to B, then again come back to O. This is called oscillatory motion and it is a one oscillation. This is a one oscillation. These are two oscillations. The time taken by bob to go from O to A, then A to B and B to O, that is to complete one oscillation, is called time period. Time is measured in seconds and its larger units are minutes and hours. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds and 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. This is a pendulum. Here's a big metal bob with a string, and it is tied to rigid support. This is a big pendulum. Now you have activity to make a pendulum. Here is a simple activity to make a pendulum. We require a thread, tape, ball and rigid support. First, we have to take a thread of any length, and to the one end we have to stick a ball with help of tape, and the other end should be tied to a rigid support. Now we have to turn off all the fans so that air cannot displace the bob or cannot move the bob. Now when bob comes to rest, stuck the bob slightly to one side or move the bob slightly to one side and release it. When we release the bob, it forms oscillatory motion. Now we have to calculate time period of the pendulum. This is the activity for today. I hope you have done the previous homework. Thank you.